did not touch anything. And this is going to frustrate the fuck out of me. I might just have to give up the Go XLR and go back to an audio mic. Because Blue has a mic coming out next month. And I might just have to order that and be like, fuck this Go XLR. So I'm actually going to stop the stream and bring it right back up and scrub this whole thing. So hang out for a second. I'm gonna BRB. Don't go anywhere. I'm just gonna stop the stream, start it back up. Actually, no, fuck it. So if I stop the stream, I'm just gonna walk away. Cause now I'm irritated. I'm incredibly irritated. It's already not an easy topic I want to talk about. So I'm just gonna have to scrub this whole first 25 minutes of this VOD. Anyway, starting over, since no one could hear me, and apparently no one heard the music the whole time. And I didn't even turn the mic down that far, so. Anyway, so I'm sure a lot of you have seen the sentencing for the cop who killed Botham in his house, or his apartment, when she claims that she thought it was her apartment. And she only got 10 years. And I'm not upset. Well, I am upset about it, sorry. It's not fun because it annoys me and I'm tired of audio issues every single stream. This is why I'm getting ready to throw this thing out the fucking window. So she only got 10 years, which is bad enough for murdering someone. But then all the racist texts came out. And the two things that really bothered me more than anything yesterday, beside the shitty sentence, was the brother of the victim forgave her. And I put forgave in question marks because that seems really weird. I don't know about you, but if my brother was murdered in cold blood in his apartment minding his business, there's no way I'm forgiving anyone. But that's me. I am not always the most compassionate person, but there's limits. There's limits to quote-unquote compassion and other things. I can't do it. But that's me. Genki apparently agrees. Excuse me. And so, that was bad enough. Yes, my cat is wandering around. I have a cat. Remember, we have the Genki emote. And what I hadn't seen until this morning was the judge not only hugged this woman, gave her her personal Bible. I'm surprised she got any time. I'm surprised she got arrested. I'm surprised she got sentenced. But the fact that the judge, the black woman judge that we had just seen, looked like she had to restrain herself from coming off the bench and beating the shit out of someone who gave an interview about this when it's supposed to be a sequestered closed jury. Because she channeled every black mother that has ever had to restrain themselves from throwing a shoe at their child at the wrong moment or in public. Because when I saw that, I thought of my mother and my grandmother, how she almost had to keep herself from coming down off the bench. Same judge who not only came down off the bench and hugged this woman, she gave her her personal Bible and told her that she needs to find Christ. I quit. I quit entirely. And Nadia, I gave you a sub and VIP'd you since I know you in IRL. So when I saw that, I was no good. Like, you ever just read some shit on Twitter on your phone and you have to turn your phone over before you throw it and put it down? That's where I was. That's why I want to talk about this idea that black folks need to be forgiving. Because there was this whole conversation about forgiveness and how, I guess someone said that we are the most forgiving people. God, actually, let me find the tweet, because the tweet was super good. I know I retweeted it. Oh, and also, the judge was endorsed by the Dallas Police Association. And I'm just like, so I'm going to share some tweets. There's nothing upsetting. I'm not going to share any, like, murder video or anything. And the woman who filmed the murder got fired. It's okay. I'm still drinking my coffee. I'm trying to find a specific tweet. Because I actually retweeted a lot this morning. The black woman who filmed the incident has lost her job. And I'm sure she won't be able to get another one anytime soon. So I will be sharing tweets in the chat as we talk. And if you have things you'd like to share, do not share the video of this man's death. You will get banned immediately. So here's one tweet that I saw from Adam Serwer. We'd be living in a very different world if many of the people who exult in black displays of forgiveness reciprocated that grace and mercy, but that's not reflected all in our criminal justice policy. It makes you question what they really find compelling about it. Another one that I shared was, I don't police the way people grieve, so it's not my place to comment on the brother, but man, I'm sure there's no instance in the history of this nation where a white judge hugged a black man immediately after he was sentenced for killing a white woman. There's so many tweets that I've seen. Maybe I saw it and didn't retweet it. Hey Jerry, good morning. So yeah. I have a hard time with the narrative, because now that's the narrative we're being fed. Look, why are you black people angry? His brother forgave her. The judge gave her a hug and tried to get her right with God. And I'm like, and you know, if you're Christian, take this as you will. I'm not Christian. I gave up Christianity and Catholicism many, many years ago. Christianity and the Bible itself has been used as a bludgeon against black people. I have had people try to tell me it is literally in the Bible that slavery is okay. That it's in the Bible. And that I shouldn't be mad. Because after all, the Emancipation Proclamation happened, and Dr. King and you know, Malcolm X made it worse. And I'm like, so you never read letters from a Birmingham jail. You never realized that Malcolm X changed his mind eventually, but not till he was much older. And this narrative of we need to forgive our oppressors is bullshit. And I'm sorry, even if I were still Christian, there is a limit to what I will forgive. Hey Morelia, thank you for your sub. Good morning. So I've got a big problem with that, and I just wanted to have a conversation about that, and also about white tears, because she literally tried to use white tears. to get out of her, to get out of her, um, in what sense, Mandy? As in, people should be like, oh, you should forgive because he forgave. Oh, absolutely, Green Knight Hunter. Absolutely. Um, so it's hard. Um, well, no one should forget. And, well, here's the thing. Yesterday, the Nike need to stop doing that gesture because it's actually been classified as a hate, as a white power gesture. Um, what people are already twisting the narrative into, she feels bad, and I'm like, this man is still dead. And when I tweeted about, okay, good, give her the chair, someone's like, well, I never thought I'd see a pro capital punishment tweet on my timeline, and I'm like, he's dead, she's not. She pulled a gun on a man that had no weapon because she was scared of a black man. I mean, all these tweets that have come out about her racism, which no one should be surprised by. The joke, quote unquote, that she made about MLK. Um, I, I don't, and for appropriate things, I believe in the death penalty. You murdered someone, you took their life. I'm not talking about an accident. I'm not talking about, um, like, if there was a kid that accidentally shot someone because someone was stupid and left a gun where they could find it. I'm not talking about the death penalty in that case. I'm talking about a case where this woman walked into the wrong apartment, did not even use police training because I thought police were trained to subdue versus shoot first. Maybe I'm wrong. But then if you're not training police to subdue instead of shoot first, we wouldn't have all these black people that are dead. Well, and it's like, it's hard. And it's hard to watch because the people that talk the most shit online are people that probably will never be affected by this. I got irritated yesterday because I shared that image that I put up on the BRB screen, which is, if I am murdered, do not hug or forgive my murderer. And some white dude quote tweeted it. Hey, Critical Net, thank you for the host. Some white dude quote tweeted it with "avenge me," and I'm like, it's so not the same context. He's like, I don't see a difference, and I'm like, you're not worth the emotional labor for this right now. Now I just saw a tweet that's gonna be like, oh boy. Sorry, Christina, our friend, speaking of bullshit and racism, our friend Christina Ariel just had her kid a little while ago, like not even a whole month. It says, shout out to the lady at the doctor's appointment who asked me if my son's mom was coming. She just had a kid. This is her son. Okay, let me stop, because this will be a whole other thing. And people are like, hey, Macho, how are you? And I got a shout for Macho. I found Macho through the Division 2 community. Hey, hi T. Welcome back. How are you? Good morning. How are you? I'm okay. Well, I'm okay as I can be with the state of the world, Macho. I don't know if you follow current news, etc., but we're talking about the sentencing of the police officer who murdered a man in his house when she went to the wrong apartment. So actually, let me see if I can find, like, kind of a... I'm trying to find something that A doesn't have to show me her crying face. Because, oh boy. Oh, here's the link that I shared. This link does have her face though. But yeah, Macho's cool. So there's a link from the Washington Post. I'm sorry, Washington News, NBC Washington. My other question is, how the fuck did you get in? Why are the keys so similar that you could walk into my apartment? That's the question I have to go back to, because even when I lived in an apartment building, like my partner and I used to live in the same building for a while. His keys did not work in my apartment, my keys did not work in his apartment. So how the entire fuck were you able to go into this man's apartment? Did he forget and leave the door open or unlocked? And I'm just, how do you walk in the wrong apartment and not realize this ain't my shit? To go back to the very beginning. So not only did she go in the wrong apartment, she didn't realize it was not her shit. How did the key work in the door if she used a key, unless the door was just unlocked? I mean, we're never going to get the true story, Critical Net. We never are. Whenever things like this happen, only the people who were there, one of which is dead, and this cop who's now been coached by every attorney under the sun, and other cops and other people. And keep in mind, she did not call an ambulance. She texted her boyfriend, who's also a cop on the same force. How that's allowed, I don't know. She texted friends and family in panic, but didn't even try to get this man help after she fucking shot him and realized she was in the wrong apartment. Crazy in a bad way, or crazy like, oh shit, she actually got some time? Well, here's the thing, because that grandma was talking about it last night. They gonna get her ass in jail. If they don't put her in solitary, if they do not put her in solitary, somebody's gonna get her ass. Right, I'm sure nobody did that because she went and texted. Yeah, she got 10 years. Unless they put her ass in solitary, somebody's gonna get her before long. I mean, what's his name? Epstein didn't last long in jail. How he accidentally, on purpose, managed to murder himself by hanging. Y'all know that somebody turned around and didn't even look when he did that, or they set him up. So, she gonna get got in prison. Hey, Book of Nerds. Thanks for following. You do have a 10-minute wait. Because of what I'm talking about, I've got 10-minute follower mode on. So for what I understand, what I've gone back and read, the jury wanted 28 years. Oh no, that's not a long time at all, because if she wasn't a cop, well, I mean, if she wasn't a cop, some of this probably couldn't have happened, because she wouldn't have had a gun, hopefully. Well, no, they're in Texas, so she could have had a gun. If nobody kills her in prison, she'll probably be out in 4 to 5 years. It's not even careless, it's that everything about her, all the racist shit she said and done has now come out. Like all the text she exchanged with people after she murdered this dude, have now come out, and the remarks she made about MLK, oh, if only people had blah 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 about MLK, and I'm like, and she's like, oh, if he wasn't dead, and it's like, oh wait, yes, MLK is already dead. Thanks. Um, so I'm looking down because I'm looking for some of the tweets I shared yesterday. Here it is. One from Qasim Rashid. And here's the thing. This dude who was selling weed got 25 years. Selling weed that is legal in most fucking places now. Happens in what country, Kenja? Brother got 25 years for selling weed. Ain't killed nobody, just sold someone some recreational drugs. But yet, there's white boys all over that do worse shit. That get life. The Central Park 5. 25 years for weed. And I'm just throwing tweets in the chat as I scroll back and find them. And here's my tweet, because I just had a moment. I didn't want to share it with a direct message. I want to copy the link. Twitter, I know what I want. Oh, they're absolutely capitalizing off it, because now the narrative, like, her name's not even trending anymore, at least not for me, because I have Chicago Trends on. But we're seeing, all we see now is this narrative of the brother forgiving her and the judge coming down off the bench to hug her. Cat! No, you're not part of the show. Somebody was saying they'll probably put her in solitary for her safety. 10 years in solitary will break her mind, but she's still alive. She's absolutely still alive, and this man is not. Genki has thoughts, apparently. Okay, so... And someone pointed out that combined time in jail for people who killed Tamir Rice, Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Botham Jean, and Philando Castile, because in Botham Jean's case, they're the only person who got time. Oh, I'm sure. The judge hugging her is some bullshit. Because, I don't know if you were here earlier, Macho. I mean, and I know you used a laugh emote, but there's actually nothing really funny about the judge hugging her. Especially being a black judge. And again, and like I said earlier when I was talking and no one could hear me, this is the same judge that everybody made a gif of who looked like she had to restrain herself from coming down off the bench and whooping the shit out of someone who gave an interview during this process. So, for this same woman to then come down off the bench and not only hug this woman, gave her her personal Bible. That's two different messages. Because she challenged every black mother ever in that moment. Because I'm sure any of us in the chat who are black and raised by a black mother had that moment where you saw your mother, or grandmother in some cases, or an auntie, have to physically restrain themselves from beating the black off you for some stupid shit you've done. Maybe y'all were in public. Maybe it was like at a school meeting and you did some stupid shit and she had to wait till you get home. I mean, I'm from the generation of people that still, like, gave their kids an ass whooping. A lot of people don't do it anymore. And, you know, I was not beaten, I was not abused, but I did get a spanking here and there. I mean, you can take that from that, Macho, but this woman has murdered someone. She has murdered someone. She went in the wrong apartment. Didn't realize she was in the wrong apartment. came in, and instead of de-escalating, which I thought cops are trained to do, because even though you have a gun, probably shouldn't fire it. That should not be your first response, is to fire at someone. Because at that range, he was dressed for home. It's not like people walk around in Kevlar. She shot a man instead of de-escalating, instead of, like, trying to tase him, not, like, knock him down, anything. If she had a baton, there were many ways this could have resolved. And then when she realized she was in the wrong apartment, she'd been like, oh shit, I'm sorry. But no, she shot first. And that is my issue, is that in all these cases where black people are killed, they shoot first and they do the, oh, they were scared. With Mike Brown, a kid, a fucking kid. The officer acted like a 20-foot tall monster was coming at him. He shot him over and over and over. And his body laid in the street for all those hours. No one helped this kid. No one did anything. She didn't call police. She didn't call an ambulance. She texted friends and her fucking lover. She didn't even probably follow police protocol. She panicked and called all these people and has shown she's a racist asshole. All the things she said and done before this came out, before this happened, have been released. And now everybody wants to forget all of this because the brother hugged her. Hi Dylan, thanks for following. Just so you know, we are, because of what we're talking about, I'm doing 10-minute follower mode. Oh, I know much. I'm just saying, like, I get your POV. I'm just saying, for me, I can't forgive that way. But I'm also talking about the systemic part of forgiveness, is that black women especially are given literally the emotional and physical labor. We're not allowed to be weak. We're not allowed to, a lot of times we're not even assumed to be feminine. A lot of times we are treated as the help and assumed to be the help, as Christina's tweet illustrates. She's there with her own kid and someone thought she was like a fucking nanny. You know, I've been talked to like I'm the help. And, you know I'm light-skinned, but you ain't gonna look at me and think I'm white. At least I don't think so. No, and I get you much, and I'm not trying to get up in the morning and start a fight with nobody. But well, the thing is, I can be the most mild, I can put on my most professional, I'm in the office, I'm being professional, etc., face, and it has happened to me where I have given someone a mild-ass answer and I've gotten that, why are you so angry? You intimidate me. These people are scared of you. Not my last day job, but the one before that. There was a little white girl who very much was I did, AmeriCorps, and, the whole I know, blah, 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 and, the whole I can't be an oppressor because I did this and I did AmeriCorps and etc. And when I gave her not a rude answer, but she interrupted me to ask me a stupid question, and I was like, whatever she asked for, I answered her. And then I got the whole, well, she's intimidated and you were so angry, and I was like, she interrupted me doing something important to ask me a question, and she lingered in my doorway to ask me. At the time I still had an office. So, well, it's not even code switching, it's existing. It is existing because there are people that are going to act like I should be grateful to be allowed in certain spaces. I should be grateful to be, given a seat at the kids' table, if I'm given a seat at all. And also, hi Ben, sorry I missed you coming in. And a lot of it is hard because, like even this, I'm sure that someone may catch this, they may listen, they may not say anything, and they're going to see me as just super angry. And yes, I am angry at the carriage of injustice that has happened with this woman just getting 10 years for murder. Because let's be real, it was murder. It wasn't premeditated, but it was murder. And, you know, if it's okay to say, Ben, you are an attorney, but you don't deal with criminal stuff. I wish Malavant was up, because this is more her area. It's hard because so many people want to push the narrative of forgiveness. And when you don't accept that narrative, when you don't accept that people want to have their anger, have their very justified anger about all this, then you're the problem. You're the one that doesn't want to, you know, toe the line, and you're ungrateful. How dare you? And I'm tired of that. I'm so tired of it. I'm actually gonna say, wake up vibes to Malamant. I'm just messing her. Could use your thoughts if you want on stream. Well, thank you for the sub, Critical Net. I appreciate it. It's hard because a lot of people want that. They want the rush of forgiveness. Right. Well, for them, and here's what I found, a lot of people are not angry. Sorry, I saw Christina's tweet up, and I need to move it because I'll be mad. And this is why I tweeted this. It's exhaustion, and you know, Macho, I did not realize you had been in the military, so I would be interested, if you're still here, on your perspective. And like I said, I'm not here to argue with nobody, and we can have a civil conversation. I'm just saying, for me and me alone, as a person behind the camera today, I can't forgive, and I'm not a forgiving person, actually. Oh shit, I messaged Malavant. She's on her way to prison. Not as a prisoner. She's an attorney. I know. I realized that the second it left my mouth. I was like, ooh. Yeah. No, she is on her way to prison in her capacity as an attorney. So that sounded bad. Although, between me and Malavant, I don't know who may go to jail sooner if somebody keeps getting on our nerves. I said, Macho, I don't know if you're still in the chat or not, but with realizing some of your background, I'd be interested in your thoughts, because I've, you know, knock on wood, never been in a prison. Hopefully never will be in a prison. Best worst timing, yeah. Macho is not in the chat. Maybe he went to go stream. God, there's so many bots hanging out in the chat. I hate that. And I'm guessing a lot of people who have or are auto hosting that are not actually here. Um, so anyway, um, thoughts. I mean, I know that I can keep ranting about this, and ranting isn't the best word. And we're at an hour even. I know I didn't say it would be a super long stream. Oh, you're welcome. But it's hard. It's hard to literally see the narrative shift from, oh, thank God she's going to get some time, to she only got 10 years, to, oh, look at the forgiveness. Look at how the judge, and to me that's it's not a bigger slap in the face than the brother, but again, the brother, do what he wants to do. Um, um, so yeah, I'm feeling many ways about life. And you know, how disheartening it is to see once again, um, to see the criminal justice system not do anything. I mean, maybe it makes me a terrible person, but again, me, cannot, um, alright, sorry, someone texted me back finally, and I need to reply because it's an important thing. Um, exactly. Well, I mean, the way that some people reacted to my tweets about it, and granted, nobody has to follow me. Good morning, Jamie. Nobody has to follow me. No one ever has to be, um, no one ever has to support what I do. But, um, this idea that we should forgive people and forgive our oppressors. Um, and that's the part that bugs me. Oh, hey Shamar, good morning. So, as an attorney, can you elaborate on that? Because I would feel like that would be a weird fucking thing to do. And was this spur of the moment? Was this rehearsed? Um, oh, absolutely, because the whole thing about the brother forgiving was framed as, you know, Christian, being a good Christian. And I'm like, I once at one time was a good Christian. I still ain't forgiving you if you murdered my brother. That's me. So fucking weird. Because it just seems so bizarre to come down off the bench and forgive someone who has done this. Oh, I know, Nadia. Oh, you know what, you're right, but I don't know if you saw, Ben, because I retweeted it, that she was endorsed by the Dallas PD. She was endorsed by the Dallas PD. So I wonder if that had something to do with it as well. She was endorsed by the Dallas PD. Hey Donna, good morning. Whew, I wonder if someone's going to try to push against that, because that's something. Morning, Donna. Do you have a link to the article? You're a subscriber, so you can put links in the chat. But so here's my question. What appeal can you make at this point? It's already been tried and done in the court of public opinion. It was tried and done in the court of public opinion the minute the news broke. The jury is supposed to be sequestered. They found out somebody gave a fucking interview. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Malavant is on her way to do her job as an attorney at a prison, so... Castle Defense? I'm not sure what that is. I'm not an attorney. I do not play one on Twitch. What are you hyping about, Shamar? I mean, and again, this is the judge. I'm going to harp on this, who again channeled every black woman who's ever had a child. Okay. Okay. I got it. I mean, I know, I've heard of Stand Your Ground. And the thing is... Okay. Had that been the thing they used, they would. And the thing is, no matter what they do, the man's still dead. So... it wasn't her house. That's the thing. Now, had he lived... I mean, yeah, she's getting some time. But... she's getting some time, but they were advocating for 28 years. I don't know why the number of years, hey 10, seems to match the age of the victims. But this man is still dead. And she, while she's going to be in prison, she's going to get 3 squares a day. But that always brings me back to the first and foremost question. How in an apartment building did she wind up in the wrong place? Was the door unlocked? Are all the keys to the units the same? And if so, that's a big fucking security risk. Because what if somebody knows I've got all these electronics and they decide they're going to rob me when I travel? And if they use a key that's just like mine, what defense do I have? Luckily, at least for me, the person who had this apartment before apparently was a locksmith, because there's like 8 million locks on the door. But what kind of apartment building has identical locks on all the doors? I don't know. They'll probably either put her in protective custody, or they'll put her in solitary. And solitary is cruel, but hey, she shot someone in cold blood. Because again, I'm going to always circle back to, how did she get in this apartment? And as a police officer, why did she not first de-escalate? Why was her first instinct to shoot? That is going to be my question forever. Wait, it wasn't an apartment building? So... that's an even bigger question. Are your locks the same in a house? This is what I'm not understanding. How do we get into a house? Because my locks ain't gonna be the same as my neighbors. And again, if it's a whole ass house, how do you walk in and not know this is not your house? Again, my question forever. So I'm actually looking at this article. And also, closed caption. What the fuck? Let me know closed captioning. Let me close the window because I don't know what that is. Someone's car alarm. And the second I got up, it stopped. Oh, okay. I was like, I'm confused. This is all... Okay, so Geiger, who was arrested 3 days after the shooting and later fired, was convicted of murder Tuesday. Jurors could have sentenced her up to life in prison or as little as 2 years, but prosecutors asked him to send her to prison for 28 years, which is how Botham Jean would have been if he were still alive, because his birthday would have been Sunday. She'll be eligible for parole in 5 years after serving half her sentence, if she's still alive. As video of the dramatic hearing circulated online, critics blasted the judge, saying her hug was inappropriate for the jurist overseeing the case. Meanwhile, at a Dallas church where Jean family gathered to worship and Botham Jean used to lead the congregation singing, video of Brant and Jean embracing Geiger in court drew applause and amens when showed Wednesday night. Dallas County District Attorney John Crusoe, a former trial judge, called Brant's embrace of Geiger an amazing act of healing and forgiveness. Oh, the brother's 18. Geiger's attorney. Hey, Salty Moon Goddess. Hey, Leaf. Geiger's attorney asked jurors to show mercy, pointing to the good she did for people, including some who spoke at the sentencing hearing. Among them was Officer Kathy Odiambo, who described Geiger as a longtime friend and June being a police officer when they waited tables at a TGI Fridays. So the two of them went through the academy and then came through police ranks together. Everyone about her knows that Amber's the sweetest person. Odiambo, who is black, was not asked about the text messages the prosecutor said indicated a lack of sensitivity by Geiger toward black people. However, another fellow officer, Thomas McPherson, said some of the text sounded out of character, quote-unquote, for Geiger, whom he describes as someone you could depend on. When a sniper opened fire on a police rally in downtown Dallas 3 years ago, killing 5 of them, Geiger was so brave, McPherson said. They brought out all the black people. They brought out all the black people. They went out of their way to find black folks. They went out of their way to find... Oh, this bullshit. This bullshit. She claims... Now, this is where the white tears comes in. This is why I have this mug. Amber Geiger tearfully told the packed courtroom at her murder trial she was sorry for killing 26-year-old Botham Jean last September, explaining she mistook his fourth-floor apartment for her own. During cross-examination, prosecutors cast doubt on Geiger's grief, wondering why she didn't call for backup instead of confronting Jean, and questioned her attempts to save his life. Geiger, 31, repeatedly apologized for killing Jean. She spoke publicly for the first time about events. I hate that I have to live with this every day. Oh, fuck you. She said it's not about hate, it's about being scared. He came to the U.S. for college from St. Lucia. Lead prosecutor Jason Ehrman suggested Geiger was less than grief-stricken in the aftermath of the shooting, saying 2 days after she shot Jean, Geiger asked her police partner with whom she was romantically involved if he wanted to go for drinks. He also asked Geiger why she didn't radio for help when she thought there was a break-in in what she thought was her home. She replied that going through the door with her gun drawn was the only option that went through my head. Hermes also grilled Geiger about why didn't she perform proper CPR on Jean after she shot him. He asked about an 8-hour de-escalation training course she'd taken that April. But Geiger told the jury she no longer remembered what she learned in the course. She said she performed some chest compressions on Jean with one hand while using her phone with the other, but she also acknowledged stopping several times. The basic facts of how Jean died are not in dispute. The jury will decide whether her actions constitute murder, lesser offense such as manslaughter, or criminally negligent homicide. Prosecutors have questioned how Geiger could have missed numerous signs that she was in the wrong place and suggested she was distracted by sexually explicit phone messages with her police partner, said Jean was no threat to Geiger, noting that he was in his living room eating a bowl of ice cream when she entered the apartment. Yep. I mean, I ain't telling no one to come here. And I've missed so much chat. Sorry, y'all. Oh, it's an entire mess, Salty Moon Goddess. Okay, I've missed a lot of chat. Sorry, let me catch up. She claimed that the door was not fully closed. I'm sorry. If I walk in and I know this ain't my shit, I'm going right back out. No, it's actually relatively cool. I have the window open. It rained a lot last night. That's a lie. I mean, we know that's a lie. Hey Leaf, good morning. I mean, he was only 26. He was killed before his 27th birthday. It's been it's been over a year because his birthday would have been Sunday. They literally pulled out every black person she's ever interacted with to try to show that she wasn't racist. I don't know if she was, Nadia. Man, fuck Brock Turner. And also fuck R. Kelly. I don't know if anyone is on Twitter. But R. Kelly is in jail talking about, I'm getting sick, let me out. Negro. Your pedophile ass should be under the jail. Not just rot forever and ever, amen. I don't remember, can anyone look for me and see, or I don't know, anyone who's been actually following this deeply, was she tested? Because it took 3 days for them to arrest her. The second day, when she claims she's so remorseful, she's like, let's go out for drinks. I'm sorry, what? I would have turned my shit in if I'd accidentally shot someone, especially if that person died. I'd be so, like, they wouldn't have had to come look for me. I'd still be sitting there freaking the fuck out. But again, she took a de-escalation course just in April of that year. So... Hey, Farwick, good morning. Yes and no, Tom. Yes and no. Hey, good morning, Farwick. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, nobody would have to find me. Hey, Estrella. Good morning. The fact that she couldn't remember anything, they claim she was sexting with her partner, all this other stuff. And 2 days later, Let's go for drinks. If you're so sick over someone you accidentally killed, why did it take 3 days to arrest her ass? If that had been a black man that they found in a white woman's apartment, he would have been shot dead. And she would have been saved from the scary black man. Let's be real here. Let's be real. And welcome folks who came from Furwick's stream. We are having a bit of a serious conversation this morning. So if that's not your jam, I totally get it. But being a little bit more serious than I usually am in the mornings. Because the world is fucked up. But again, no one has answered why she didn't realize this wasn't her shit. No one has answered why she did not realize. And also, why didn't the firing and manslaughter charges happen at the same time? So, she wasn't high, she was just stupid. Oh, that's the video. And the fact that she had to be charged with manslaughter to get fired is a whole big red flag. A huge red flag. And it was drawn at her request. We don't know if that wasn't tampered with. Because something at her request handled by other officers? I don't think so. I really don't think so. When was the toxicology done is also a question. That is, there's so many questions here. There's so many. It took him 3 days to fire her and 3 days to arrest her. So, what do I know? But yeah, I am full of many feels, and I'm very tired of the system. I'm so tired of the system we live in that Leo, what does that mean, Brian? I'm sorry, I don't understand the acronym. I've heard of the Blue Shield, I've heard of the Blue Wall, but I don't know what Leo means. Oh, law enforcement officers. Okay, see, I have coffee. Clearly does not kick in. So I read that, didn't click in my head at all. But yeah. So folks in the chat, because I've been talking a while, we've been on an hour and almost a half. I have coffee, and also, in honor of this discussion, I'm using my White Tears mug. Which I bought as a joke, but really it's nothing funny about white tears. Because as we've seen, white women weaponize tears forever. White women weaponize their tears. Oh yeah, my friend had one, I had to go buy it. So I took it to WizCon one year. Because there was a lot of wailing and gnashing of teeth. I mean, true, Brian, true. But also, and oh no, Don, I'm so sorry. Peace be with you and with yours. If you need anything, please feel free to message. I hope everything goes well as it can. Can we send some gentleness to Donna? Because going to a family funeral or any funeral is never anything people want to do. And it always sucks. And if you need anything, Donna, just message me. And I'm listening. I'm talking. I'm also plugging in this massage ball thingy. Hi, Adventures of Tony. Did you change your username? Because I'm not recognizing Adventures of Tony. Thank you for your resub, Trom. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Because I was like, the name wasn't familiar. Yes, you get... It's 2 years. You get... I don't know, what do we say for 2 years? Someone wrote a really good paper, but it's on academia.edu. Hey, Trom, can I get some hype in the chat? So yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna turn on music. Let me know if this is too loud. Or over me talking. Granted, I won't hear the music because it's coming through headphones. No worries. Take care of yourself first, Trom. It is all good. The chat has been good. I think having 10-minute follower mode on has prevented a lot of fuckery. So... please go rest and take care of yourself. I'd much rather you go get some sleep, Trom, and take care. Alright, back of my head is also itchy because my undercut is growing out and it's bothering me. So, I mean, like Brian said, and like I said, holy shit, she actually got sentenced. I think that shocked most of us that she actually got, well, charged and sentenced. Alright, bye, Green Eyed Hunter. Be safe. Have a good day. Thank you for hanging out. So, yeah. And actually, let me see if I can find this tweet. Because I know I tweeted about not being able to forgive this dude, and I'd be like, nah, fuck you. And somebody tried to explain themselves, and I didn't reply to the replies, but I had a moment. I was like, because I really wasn't asking for an answer. Oh, absolutely. I'm looking for my tweet from yesterday. Because somebody replied to it, and I did not respond to it because I had a moment. We have 2 Brians in the chat. Now you have to fight. You have to duel. You have to duel right now. So this was my tweet. And I'm going to put it in the chat again, because I had to scroll really far back for it. Wow, Dual Disc, you legit went back. So that's my tweet, and granted, I had asked for no replies. Wow. So, this is a reply that I got, and I'm just like... and... now I'm being an asshole. You know what? I'm not even gonna reply to that because that's stupid. That's a stupid ass reply. But somebody's like, oh, well, this was their only option. If anyone else wants to take a stab at that, and I'm just like, let me not. Oh shit, I gotta set my old phone back. That message was a reminder from AT&T to send my phone back by November 6th. Welp. If I don't send that phone back, I'm in trouble. I mean, they could also just charge me, and I could just keep it. Like, oh no, you're gonna make me pay off the phone I was gonna pay off anyway. But yeah, that's what's on my mind. What did Nadia say? It's really interesting that forgiveness is so expected across the board once there's been one black person doing it. Almost like it'd be better if y'all would just get together on this thing. White people love individuality and logic until it stops benefiting their sense of self. And there you have it. And there you have it. Because, I mean, look at what happens when a white dude goes on a murder spree. The guy that killed those black folks in the church, the police put him in a bulletproof vest, took him to get fast food on the way. And everyone's like, oh, he's the lone wolf, and all. There's a whole lot of lone wolves in the world making up a pack of white men that terrify me. That have access to guns. Look, Nadia. They can always blame it on mental illness, lone wolf mentality. They blame the person that they've murdered, or people, or they just couldn't help themselves. Because, you know, the world is now against white men. I need to know what world they're living in. What world are we supposedly in that's so against white men? I need to know. I really need to know. I mean, that's what made me decide to talk about it. Tom just spoke in chat. Brian. Oh, exactly, Tom. I mean, there's a whole lot of lone wolves that make up a disparate pack of white men. But Brian, this is why I have this mug today. This is why I have this mug. I don't know if you can actually see me or not. I don't know. Oh, but white women's tears have literally killed so many black people. Emmett Till. Because we found out now that the woman who accused Emmett Till lied. She fucking lied. Urban Scholar, often I do online, and sometimes people pay me for my yelling. So I'm gonna have a moment, because I really wanted to tweet this, but then I decided not to. A lot of times when I get, because I was moderately worried about having this discussion, because one, you can't really control who comes into your chat until they come in and act a fool, which is why 10-minute follower mode is on. I didn't want to do subscriber only mode because I don't want to keep people out of the chat. I want to have a discussion. But, and those of you in the chat who follow me on Twitter, who've met me, who know me in real life, or have access to me on Facebook, you've seen me talking about the white people that will follow me, and this comes back to the individualism thing, and they want to learn, they want to, you know, they're so grateful for me sharing my experiences, and they learn so much from me, and I'm just talking about shit that happens to me. I'm not trying to be an object lesson. I'm not trying to give you all some great handbook via my very shitty experiences with people touching my hair, calling me a nigger, saying I should die for an opinion about video games, or the shit that I deal with when people email me and tell me I'm the real racist, etc. And Death Cultures, I'm interested in your name. I'm curious about it. Hopefully by the time you can speak in chat, you'll explain your name, because I'm curious. I don't want to assume a lot based on just name, but I'm fascinated. I'm also not a fan of death. Rarely does it, Brian, or Ben. And so that's when I go, hey, you all claim you enjoy learning from me? Here's my PayPal, here's my Patreon, here's my Ko-fi, some people say Ko-fi. And then I get but how dare you? I mean, this is why I have fuck you pay me on my laptop. And I need a shirt that says fuck you pay me. Actually, Void Merch has fuck you pay me as a shirt, or fuck exposure pay me. Exactly, Nadia. Well, I have 10-minute follower mode on. Oh, they're not in chat, they followed. Maybe they saw they couldn't talk and left. Because I have 10-minute follower mode on. And it's in the title, so no one should be surprised. And the person who it is just messaged me. That I know them IRL, so they messaged me on Facebook. So hi, Death Cultures. No, Ben. Or no, Nadia. Yeah, they're here. They just hit me up on Facebook, so I know them. So let me just reply to them. So, hi, Death Cultures. Hang out when you can talk, please say so. Yeah, because of the topic, I put on 10-minute follower mode. Like, yesterday I had follower mode on, but there wasn't a time on it. Could you hear me typing? So yeah, so back to what I was talking about, because this is a gripe, and I make this gripe. And what it happens is that I'll talk about race, I'll talk about feminism, I'll talk about gender, I'll talk about whatever, and if someone retweets me, like if Matt retweets me, if Nora retweets me, I'll get all these white followers, and I'll look at their profile, and rarely do I follow them back, and we're gonna talk about that in a minute, because I feel many ways about that. And they're fine until I literally use white people, as in the overarching white folks. And then they go, but surely you don't mean me. I follow all these brown people. I'm not racist. Nowhere in anything did anyone call them racist. But they get in their feelings. And they act like I have personally said, fuck you, you racist piece of shit. When I'm like, I'm talking the overarching white people. You are white, and you are people. So while I may not be talking about you as a racist, you're still a white person. And for those that are watching, if you don't get it, white people benefit from systemic racism and prejudice, and the country was built on the backs of slavery and blood and tears. White people literally came and stole the country from the indigenous people, gave them smallpox, took their shit. So it's been thievery from day one. But somehow, if I dare say white people, in general, I'm the real racist, because I won't stop talking about race. But then these will be the same people that will give me $1 on Patreon and act like they own me. And if you're one of those people, you can fuck right off. Because A, I'm not for sale. B, you're gonna have to give me a whole lot more money per month to own my time. And finite time at that. But these will be the people that will get in my mentions and go, well, surely that's not what people meant, and how could you ever, and why, and oh my god, and just how is it you can make this assumption, and surely they didn't mean this, and I'm just like, have you ever read a history book? Have you ever looked at the systemic ways in which you are privileged? And then I get the, well, I'm poor. Okay, you're poor, but you're still white. Nobody ain't gonna follow you around a store. No one's gonna assume that you're not your kid's mother, like we saw with Christina this morning. I can't wear red to Target because people assume I work there. Not that there's anything wrong with working at Target, but I'm trying to go buy like toilet paper and some candy. And y'all coming up to me like I must work here because I happen to be wearing a red shirt. Not even khakis. What's wrong, Brian? Oh, is chat not acting right? Yeah, I refreshed chat in stream in XSplit, so let's see if it works. Oh, I know. I have been in the fucking airport. I have been in O'Hare Airport with a bag, mind you, a luggage. Clearly going to the gate. And these motherfuckers will act like I work there. A woman came up to me, an old white woman, when I was at O'Hare, and asked me how to get somewhere. And I was like to her, like, do you see a safety vest? Do you see a badge? No, I didn't even notice because I'm talking. Sorry, I fixed it. I refreshed chat. So there we go. I was like, what are you doing, Brian? Other Brian. Now it's confusing because there's two Brians. And I was like, I don't work here. And she looked so deeply affronted. Because I'm a passenger. I don't know where shit else is. I know where my gate is, where I need to be to get on my plane. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know where other shit is in the airport. Like, I just kept looking at her, and I was like, I don't work here. I am literally carrying a bag. I'm trailing a bag behind me. Oh no, it's not just you. I've been in various places. I was with Malavant, actually, when Malavant was visiting. So we're gonna talk about that in that fucking tweet in a minute. Malavant was visiting. We went to a Walgreens. I was wearing my N7 hoodie. This motherfucker just walks in and starts talking to me, and I'm looking at him like, just starts asking me where shit is, and I'm looking at him, and I'm just like, why the fuck you asking me anything? Now keep in mind, when Walgreens staff wears a dark blue polo, but it clearly says Walgreens, your name is on it, or you got a name tag, and I'm like, I don't work here. And he looks very perplexed for like 30 seconds, and I just turn and like show my shoulder stripe. Welcome back, Ben. Goodbye, Mandy. But I wish Malvin was here because she does more on the criminal side. Yeah, I know, Kenja. It sucks, but the world does not operate on morals often. What are you agreeing with? What did you say, Ben? I missed it. I missed something, clearly. So, let's talk about that tweet of follow 50 people of color. Oh, okay, because I was very confused. I was like, did Ben say something and I missed it? Now, granted, I can understand, and I have said follow people of color, but I've also said follow, but shut the fuck up. Just listen. Just listen. Don't say anything, just like a tweet, go about your day. Actually learn. Don't insert yourself in conversations. Don't give your fucking opinion. Don't go, well, actually, but I, as a white person, and this happens to me because Nadia has seen this, because Nadia and I have been friends for a long time, Brian and I as well, where if I talk about, hey, Leo, where let's say I talk about someone wanting to touch my hair, because I've got locks, the bottom of my hair is colored, and yay! No, it's all good. It's all good. It's okay. I want to be respectful, and also having had a stalker, and still have a stalker, I believe, on Twitch. I am totally fine just saying death culture because people, we don't trust them. But we can also, since I know you IRL, I will give you VIP badge. You're welcome. I'm also trying to unlock an emote, but I'm not hawking a please subscribe because of the topic we're talking about. Because I feel weird doing that. And welcome, Alil. So, the whole let's follow 50 POC like it's a fucking safari. Well, you're also white passing to a lot of people, I think, Brian, and then they get A, they get confused, and B, then they get offended. So I'm like, you get 2 for 1. And also, I'm talking a lot, and I want more coffee. So after this point, I'm gonna put up the BRB and get some coffee. I've seen Brian IRL, so I have no idea how many VIP badges I have. I have no idea. But this whole follow people like it's a safari, and it's like, let us observe the wild POC in their natural habitat of Black Twitter. What the fuck? What the entire fuck, y'all? Because again, it comes back to, if I talk about my life as a person of color, as a cisgender female, as a queer person, specifically bisexual, I am not telling you this as some lesson a day for you to become a better white person. And as Ben said, this usually does not come with money. Does not come with, I like what you say, I have learned a lesson, good morning, Dragon Gem. Therefore, I'm going to support you. I may buy you a coffee for $3. I may give you $1 a month on Patreon. But us, as whatever axis of marginalization you're in, because they're white queer folks who share their lives, but they don't get that expectation of please teach me, please hold my hand and teach me, brown person. Because the other part I want to discuss, and actually, you all discuss this, I'm gonna put up the BRB really quick and get some more coffee. As I've been talking, my throat is dry and I'm gonna start sounding like a frog. So hang out for a hot second, I'm gonna pour some coffee. While I am gone, talk about this idea of, especially the white people in the chat, what it is you think you're doing when you tell people of color, I learned so much from you, and then you don't really change. Not saying you haven't changed, but when you see this, or this, oh my god, I learned so much, thank you for sharing this terrible story, and I have zero empathy, you are just a learning experience, not a person. Right? Okay, y'all chat amongst yourselves. I will BRB. I just need some coffee. I'm back. I have water. Can you clarify what you mean, 22 animal? Oh, good morning, B. Alright, I'm just catching up on chat. Beam, thank you for following. However, because the topic, we are enforcing a 10-minute follower mode. So after 10 minutes, you can talk. Well, we can't even have an honest reparations conversation in this country. McAwful. Or, awful. Let's see, what did Nadia say? White people will pay David Lynch $1,500 to learn to make avant-garde cinema. Absolutely right. It also gives the impression that prior to having that experience, they believed they had nothing to learn and that they're surprised it came from you. Absolutely. The whole "you don't mean me right" feeling, I think that it comes from my being raised up in Canada where we're all magically racist free. You should have added sarcasm to that, Jamie. Being in IT, I'm cynical about what people learn to begin with, and giant air quotes about learned. Absolutely, Alil. When I used to do it, I want to acknowledge that my worldview had been widened in a way that resulted in change and to give credit where it felt due. Okay. And that's fine to learn, but I think people say that in a weird way. Sorry, something popped up and I'm trying not to be a petty asshole. Sorry. Okay, so that's cool, but no one asked you and no one cares. No one asked you. Sorry. Yes, well, we're talking about that, and we're also just now we're talking about this whole, like, the whole, when, like, any person of color, any marginalized person is talking about their experiences, and they're just talking about their experiences, and either we get, "Oh my god, that still happens, not my America," or we get, "Oh my god, thank you so much for educating me, I had no idea," and I'm like, both of these are fucked up responses. You realize this, right? I wish other people would do that, Tony. Hey, Estrella. And, you know, the whole "it's not my America" makes me go, have you not been outside? Do you not know any actual people of color? Not the people you watch on Fox News, not the people that are in your office that talk to you because they have to, don't hang out with you, don't get drinks with you, go to their other side of town, but you say, "I've got a black coworker," when you've never talked to this person in your life and couldn't tell you their name if you didn't look at a name badge or their desk. Well, and I think people are all in a different place with that. And that's fine, Art. That's totally fine. But for me, it's the continual shock and surprise of, "Oh my god, I can't believe this thing still happens." I mean, Brian, the intersections of race and queerness, that could be a whole other like 5-hour discussion where we hop on and talk about the ways in which the queer community fucks over people of color and fetishizes them, etc., or acts like, oh, but we're all queer, therefore we're all oppressed and everything's okay. And it's like, no, I don't know what community you're talking about. I know what we can do. Brian, we should do that. We should do that on a Sunday morning before you go to brunch and before I go to D&D. Should totally do that. Because that will be a whole thing. Like, we will have to have drinks while we're having this conversation. Because I know I will be angry. On 22 Animal, I saw your one comment of you have strong ideas in your head, and I wasn't quite sure what you're trying to go for. So if you are still in the chat, Jamie, you're very sweet. Thank you for the coffee. Here's my other pet peeve, and people have heard me talk about this, where white people apologize for being white and for other white people. So let's talk about this. I need the white people who are watching, and the black folks who've experienced this, to explain to me what is the point of apologizing for being white, and what is the point of apologizing for other white people. Because you realize this puts now the emotional labor on the person of color you're talking to now give you emotional labor to make you feel better because, oh no, you're white and you're sorry and the system is so terrible and what can you do, and there's nothing you can do because you're just one person, and here, I'm going to give you $15 and hopefully that's better, or I'm going to make a big deal about I gave a homeless guy a quarter once or offered him a sandwich, and now, but I do so much for you people, and really that's all you're getting to? And I'm just like, it literally does not help me for you to apologize for being white. A, I don't give a fuck if you're white, and B, I can't help you with that guilt. I can help you with that guilt, but for way more money than you probably have. I mean, you can go, Brian. Eventually it will cut you off. Well, the thing is, and it's people that they're usually the people who haven't done anything. But they feel the white guilt by association, and they feel bad because the other point I want to get to, and hopefully, I don't know if Misty is back on today or not. Because we get to a point where now you've apologized for something you haven't done. Because normally when the people that do that, they literally haven't done anything. They're not a racist piece of shit. They feel like they're being helpful. They feel like they're being useful. But you just now dumped more emotional labor on me to make you feel better about... I'm going to... Oh, no worries. Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you for coming through. I'm glad you popped in. Actually, if somebody wants to tweet that we're still live and now talking about emotional labor and the apologies of whiteness, I would greatly appreciate that. Because we're talking way more than I planned to, but clearly we have a lot to talk about. Because a lot of people, they get more upset at the thought of being racist or being called a racist than actually racist. Jay Smooth has a great video, and it's old, but he talks about that. I don't know why I went to Twitter to look for that video. Jay Smooth, being called a racist versus being... Maybe I'll find it that way. How to tell someone they sound racist. So I'm not gonna play it.
Race!
But I'm gonna put the link in the chat, because I also don't want to get DCMA'd for this whole video. And an apology for something you've done wrong is fine, McPherson. That's fine. But when you just give the blanket, I'm sorry I'm white, or I'm sorry for other white people, there's a difference between I fucked up, I said a terrible thing to you, I said something that's racist or shitty, versus I'm going to dump emotional labor on your head for apologizing for my whiteness. Because you being a white person unto yourself is not a crime. It is not something to apologize for, but it is acknowledging that you, as a white person, benefit from systemic racism, benefit from a system designed for you and around you. And acknowledging that, not by apologizing to people of color, not by apologizing for other white people and merely existing as a white person, that's where you have to go, I'm aware of my privilege, I'm aware the system is rigged in my favor. John Scalzi talks about playing life on easy mode. That is when you have to go, oh, the system's fucked up. Let me do what I can. Let me either support people if I can monetarily. Just retweet people when they say something great, when they say something that's awesome, or they talk about their experience. Don't add your, oh my god, I didn't know this happened, this isn't my America bullshit, because that's extraneous and unneeded. Retweet them. Literally, just retweet them. That's all you gotta do. Like it, retweet it, and move the fuck on. Oh, I did not realize you were not American, Korolski. What did you say, Nadia? I'm trying to scroll back. Oh, apologizing for other white people is how we sidestep having to talk directly to other white people and educate them, same as not all men. Well, that's great, but if you're apologizing for other members of your group, but you're not calling out those people directly, we see them acting up, then you're useless and you're still the problem. You are 200%. Well, hey, Buster the Destroyer. Oh, that's as much as I can change that. You can apologize for actively refusing to use your privilege to combat racism and lift other people up, and that's worth apologizing for. And Buster, thanks for the follow. Because of the topics we're chatting about today, we are doing 10-minute follow mode, so if you want to hang out and wait 10 minutes, that's great. If not, feel free to listen and hang out and chat. But again, because people already act out in the just chatting category, and when I knew what I was talking about, we put on a 10-minute follower mode today. Normally I don't do it, sometimes I'm followers only. But as we know, people don't know how to act when it comes to discussions of race and racism and politics and this fucked up country we live in called the United States currently, so. God, my eye is twitching. I'm a little worked up. My eye is actually twitching and I can feel it. Oh boy, I have not had that happen in a while. A very long time. Sorry, there we go. Well, here's the thing, Brian. I'm not going to go off just because I have a drink, but I am going to try to have these conversations. That reminds me, I need to finish up programming. Because programming is a thing. Yeah, that was a lot. That was an epic brunch. But, that was a whole lot of brunch. I will be at PAX Unplugged. Good morning, Opera Geek. How are you? I will be at PAX Unplugged. I still need to buy my flight. I do have my hotel booked. But we were just talking about Opera Geek, about emotional labor and the foibles of I'm going to apologize for being white. And I'm like, okay, and Oh dear. Yeah, so we've been talking about the verdict and the sentencing of what's her name? Amber, the cop who murdered the guy in his home and tried to act like she was in the wrong house, etc. So we've been talking about that. We've also been talking about excuse me. We've also been talking about emotional labor, etc. And we got on, the people, because I've talked about this before. I mean, I think she should have got the chair, but that's me, because she murdered a man. But apparently, well, I know, B-Mac, I know, she gave no fucks about anyone but her. And we can circle back to that, because that's where we started. She literally did not care about anyone but her. Let's be real. She was only concerned with her. And that's where we started this conversation. But we kind of meandered over to, for me, and I'm sure other folks in the chat, I know Brian brought it up, when you talk about your life experiences as a person of color, as a POC queer person, as POC / whatever, and you get the, oh my god, I've learned so much. But then when you talk about white people, you talk about race in general terms, and you get the, oh my god, not me, surely not me, I'm not a racist, blah blah blah, and I'm like, but no one called you a racist. No one said a word to you. So yeah, it's a lot. Well, it's not even that they don't try to listen, Upper Geek. It's Argentine Lotus, thank you for the follow. Just I'm telling anyone else who's new, we are discussing serious topics and people don't know how to act and just chatting on a good day. Oh, exactly, Korosky. I mean, that's the thing. So, we meandered because I stepped away to get coffee and I lost my train of thought. When we're talking about, so what I was talking about was, when people pull the, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm white, I'm so sorry for other white people, I'm sorry for men, I'm sorry for fill in the blank, you're not actually apologizing, you're creating emotional labor for that person you're now putting this burden on to make you feel better. Because now I need to pat you on the head, virtually, maybe literally, and go, no, you're a good white person. You're not one of those people. Because people want that reassurance that they're not a shitty person, that they're not a racist. But that gets to, people are more worried about being perceived as racist as actually racist. And the crux of it, I mean, actually, very true, Kenya. The crux of it is people still view racism as a moral failing rather than a systemic problem. They think racism is still people in crosses, or in hoods burning crosses on front lawns. They think it's still lynchings. They think it's still being able to call black folks nigger with no repercussion. That's the idea that you are one of the good white people, because you would never do that. I don't see color as one of the most offensive fucking things you can ever say to a person of color. Because that means that you don't acknowledge my lived existence, my experience as a person of color, especially in this day and age, where brown people are literally being rounded up and put in camps because how dare they want a better life in the US, where children are being put in camps and women are accused of wanting to have anchor babies and shit like that. The lies Republicans told. Hey, Psych, thank you for your resub. Good morning. Thank you so much. And we are being a bit serious this morning, just so you're aware. So again, some people, especially, and I'm not saying millennials because I hate when people blame millennials for shit. When people are sometimes younger and they've not seen some of the shit their elders in this sense, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s have seen. I mean, I'm 46. I have distinct memories of seeing something hung up in the tree in my backyard, and I lived in a mostly black neighborhood. When I visited the very stupidly long acronym name in DC, the Black History Museum, they talked about, the person showing me around talked about how when they opened, someone came in and put a noose on the floor in the museum. Because why? I don't know, they think they're gonna close the museum. They think, oh shit, a noose. What am I gonna do? And the things that people do, and now the noose is in the museum, to make a point. So they provided a free artifact to the museum. Cat Williams talked about people doing shit like that. He's like, I ain't scared of rope, to paraphrase Cat Williams. People like put a noose on the ground and act like, oh shit, what am I, like, this idea that these ideologies of and icons of racism, of a racist time, and it's not the past. Racism is still very alive and well. Look at our current president. Yes, I said it. I'm not afraid to talk about politics. It normally doesn't come up, but fuck it, we going there today. Yes, hey, how are you? Good morning. I got to meet Buster. Racism is not just alive and well. Not just alive and well. But, holy shit, it is quite alive. Oh my god, Twitch app, please. Sorry, I was trying to follow Buster. Oh, okay, so you're in Dallas. I mean, it's thriving, so let's talk about it. So we are being a bit serious, Buster, just so you know. You know, racism is not a white hood anymore. It's not a Klansman walking around, you know, freely, like, lynching and shooting black people. It's a red hat with Make America Great Again, khakis and tiki torches. And it's not just, oh, it's those poor white folks, they don't know any better, tee-hee. No. These are the college-educated white folks that learn the methodology of oppression in those same hallowed halls that everyone thinks is the SJW haven. Alright, bye, Nadia. I love you too. Hopefully I can see you soon. I will get out that way at some point. I don't know if I'll be back at South by, but hopefully I'll see you soon. Or if you come to Chicago, let me know. I mean, Kelly, I'm sure you saw this morning Christina's tweet about someone asking if the child's mother was going to show up. Oh no, it's never been just in the South, and let's talk about that. People think that racism is just a Southern thing, and oh my god, and those horrible people in the South, and they're racist, and let them secede and be their own whatever. Racism is alive while I live in Chicago, the North. Chicago is one of the most segregated places ever. And, I mean, every place is segregated. People want to act like, oh, the North is some bastion. Oh, I'm sure, Buster. Well, people think of racism as a Southern thing, as a hick thing, as, you know, those poor, dumb, uneducated white folks and those hillbillies. No. It's the rich white people. It's the rich white people that are just as fucking racist. I'm sure, hey, Golden Pelt, how are you? Well, and also Canada. Everyone thinks, oh, Canada's this liberal bastion. No. I know brown people who work and live in Canada. Oh, I know. But it's easier for people to go, surely not me, I'm enlightened. I'm an enlightened white person who's gone to college. And how dare you accuse me of being racist when, again, no one has actually accused them of being racist. We've just said that you have benefited from a racist system. And so I'm going to be that person too, because so many people, and Kelly and Brian and other folks have seen it, where I get I learned from you. So if you actually learn something from me, you can support me on Patreon and support me here, because this is emotional labor. I am doing this. I am doing false. Kelly, what happened? I thought, how are you talking? Oh, because you have VIP. I thought you'd followed before. I don't know. That's weird. Well, I hope work was not bad. So yeah. If it was through Twitch Prime, you have to renew it manually. So I'm gonna be that person. Alright. Go make loud face noises. Have a good one. So if it was your Twitch Prime, you have to renew it manually though. But I know you like IRL, so that's why you have VIP badge. So yeah, I'm being that person. I should make a coffee command. Do I have a Patreon command? Aw, enjoy your sub. Oh, there. I do have a Patreon command. Hey, Karen. And Karen is also in the Canadian lands. So enjoy that sub. And if you want to continue it, feel free to do so. I would love to unlock another emote, but I'm not going to harp on exact number of points. Because, oh boy. Thank you, whoever the Anon was, for that. So, yeah, life is a lot right now, y'all. Did the stream drop? Because I've been on longer than... Hey B, good morning. I've been on more than 2 hours. Oh no, that's right. That's about right, because I went on at 8:33, so that's actually correct. We started off talking about the sentencing of that cop who only got 10 years for murdering a black man in his apartment. Then we've meandered around to talk about race and systemic racism. And shortly before you popped in, we were talking about the emotional labor you're putting on people when you apologize for being white. And then Jamie was talking about Canada and how it's not really a real bastion of liberal and not racism as people want to think. So prejudice, the thing is, it's hard because, right, Buster, and here's the thing though, people act like racism is going to go away when older folks die, except they've already passed on the racist beliefs. They've already told their kids and their grandkids the bullshit that keeps going. And here's the thing, prejudice is always going to be there. You could dislike someone, but racism has a power differential where when someone writes me and tells me, oh, you're a big fucking racist, and I'm like, well, I can't actually be a racist, at least by the dictionary definition of it, because I don't have the power to affect your life. I don't have the power to keep you from a job, from housing, from anything else. Racism is a systemic thing that is a power differential than prejudice. Now, if I was prejudiced, I could be like, fuck white people, I hate them. Anyways, we're having serious topic discussion. I don't really hate white people, you came in on a weird moment. But if I say that, then when someone goes, well, you're racist against white people, but I have no power, I have no systemic power over white people. And that's, for me, that's the difference between prejudice and racism. So racism is the systemic oppression of people of color, specifically black people, over us, because literally black people were property. And people want to act like because Lincoln freed the slaves, and he did that as a political move, not because it was morally correct to do so. It was a political move. Not because he gave a fuck about actual black people. So let's be real here. No one gives a fuck. Those people at the time, because they want to go, oh, the Emancipation Proclamation. And I'm like, you didn't give a fuck about me or my ancestors. Y'all didn't give a fuck about the welfare of black people back then. You still don't. Look at the school-to-prison pipeline. Look at how a black dude got 25 years for selling weed, which is getting legalized left and right, over murder, literal murder, getting 10 years with after 5 years you can be eligible for parole for murdering someone in his own home. And I'm just like, the fuck do we do at this point? What do we do? And I'm just like, how do we get here? I mean, I know how we got here. That was rhetorical. It was very much rhetorical. I know exactly how we got here. Years of slavery. Oh, absolutely. It's very easy to feel hopeless, boss. And there's some days, and I'm gonna be really real with y'all. There's some days when I get up and I'm like, why the fuck do I keep going? Not in a suicidal way, but in a, of all the things I could worry about in this world, who gives a fuck about video games? Who cares about whether there's enough brown people in games? Who cares there's enough brown people making games, enough queer people? Why the fuck should anyone care about what I do? Why do I care? When I wake up and see another black person killed. Oh, thank you for the donation. That was so kind of you. Thank you so much. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. I'm not always wonderful, Base, to be honest. I'm not always wonderful. A lot of times I want to give up. A lot of times I want to say, fuck it. I'm gonna go get a regular day job again. Fuck this bullshit. And oh, thank you for the sub, Not with Era. I appreciate it. Can we get hype in the chat? And I don't want people to feel like, oh no, she's gonna quit and everything else, but some days it's real hard. Some days it's very hard, especially when you wake up and you see someone else becoming a hashtag. When you see someone, when you see it's whatever I pick for default. I know you didn't choose a monkey on purpose. I think whatever Twitch picked. Hold on, let me look at the dashboard while we're chatting. So keep talking. I'm just opening the dashboard in another window so I can look and see. Although, funny story, that's how I got to know Brian Cortillo. That's all good. Because Brian used that, and that was the default on the D&D channel, and I banned him out of Reflex because I was like, how dare you use this monkey emote with a bunch of black folks. Yeah, I don't know if it's my settings, or if it's the overall settings. Maybe overall settings. Let me look. Yes, I am on a D&D show. It's all people of color, some of us queer. And okay, I don't know where to change that anymore. They've made all of these. Hey, Misty's on. Good, we can go raid Misty when we're done chatting. She's back. Yeah, it could just be the default Twitch one, but I think when that happened, it was also the height of being stalked on here. So I was like, fuck you, goodbye. And then Brian emailed me and was like, I'm so sorry, I did not think about the fact. I don't know, because I was at TwitchCon. I actually need to go back and watch the episode. I wasn't there. Brandon and I were at TwitchCon, so Rin and Celeste were off with Mad Maggie to help build a war machine. And I think I'm gonna use your very generous donation to buy lunch Oh, Twitch Prime, okay. The one tab I didn't look at. Yeah, I picked something different. I have little smiley face emotes. But no, it didn't make anyone angry. I've actually got a rivals command Sharif. Also, Reef Jackson is on the show with me. He plays Shravka, our tiefling warlock, who is now Celestial Warlock. Have you been streaming, Sharif? No, you didn't make anyone mad, Kenja. You're all good. I know Kenja is usually in the chat as well when we are on. So yeah, you are totally fine. Sorry, I'm opening up the dashboard in another window. I've got to do some video stuff anyway. Got it. Yeah, so I know what I had set up, but I think it's based on your settings when you reply. So if you have, I think the default is a little, and it's a cute little monkey. I don't mind monkeys, but that day I was having feelings about someone using a monkey emote. Oh, no, I'm going to get mad because we had a discussion about that. So yeah, because we agreed no more being under spells without permission and coercion. So we're gonna see. I need to watch the episode and maybe not murder Cicero. Although I shouldn't say murder, considering what we're talking about. But we had. Oh hey, there's World of Tanks going on. Well, I mean, that's how I got to meet Brian Cortillo. Because when I just saw the monkey in chat, I just banned him. I was like, fuck you. But again, I think that was also happening around the height of the Stalker. So... So yeah. So yeah. No, Sharif wasn't there, I think. Because Sharif got married this year. Oh, wow. Speaking of Canada and race and tourism, I just saw what you posted, Brian. We're going to talk about this before we go see what Misty's up to. So y'all have heard about these plantation tours, right? Y'all have heard about the plantation tours. Yeah, Sharif got married in July. Now I'm a shitty person and didn't make it to the wedding, because that was my fault. Oh, yes. So I've shared some of this on Twitter. Brian and I both shared at the same time. So yeah, so people have been doing not just plantation tours, but getting married at plantations. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Jermaine. Can I get a shout out for Jermaine Plays as well? And a shout out for Buster, because I met them at TwitchCon. And before I end the stream, I'll distribute the gifts. I saw Jermaine briefly. Did you tweet that photo, Jermaine? Because that was the one thing I did not catch from the TwitchCons. It held that because of trying to circumvent fucking, just type fucking, we'll let it through. You're welcome. So people have been getting married at plantations, but the big thing lately has been plantation tours. And plantation tours, you all. And acting like slavery wasn't so bad. So if you can, and I say this knowing how well it will, if you have a heart, That's what we're talking about, base. It was great seeing you. I wish I'd spent more time with people, but I was also super tired. So, Leo, we were just talking about that talking about apologizing. I know you're not apologizing for white people, but that falls under that umbrella of you as a white people talking about how terrible white people are. I mean, I'd like to, but I will never set foot on plantation. So, it is what it is. I don't care. There's no force on earth that's gonna get me to go to a plantation because I want to burn the fucker down. And I will go to jail, and nothing will ever happen. Sorry, I needed water. Yes, but let's try to use a different word than crazy, Sharif. I'm trying to be better about my terminology. That's Pretzel Rocks. It is demodulation by abstraction. I have their chill ambient station on right now. But yeah, but people want to sweep that under the rug. They want to sweep under the rug the fact that they literally owned people and dehumanize them, etc. And they go, this wasn't so bad. You, after all, you got a roof over your head, etc. And I'm like, wait, what? But that's the thing, they're not doing that, Luthera. They're not doing that. They're not going, this is terrible. We literally own you, other human beings. They're going, oh, it wasn't so bad. Versus, let's say, Hiroshima. I've had the privilege to go to Hiroshima twice. Hiroshima. Right, but like, you can't go out and be like, yeah, I'm a Nazi. You'll get fucking arrested in Germany. Here, it's the MO of our current political party. Brian, it's too early for me to drink. Actually, it's not. It's 11 a.m. I may have to start drinking before my next call. Although I am going to stop in a few minutes because I'm hungry. This has not been emotionally great to have this conversation, but I was bothered and had to talk about it. And I'm going to do the community gifts. I just have to sit here. Actually, I'm going to order some food. Oh, that's right. I can't. She's out of jail right now. You can't do shit to me. You go and text her? Because then she'll just yell at me. I mean, it's fine. And it's not like I'm... Right? Y'all turn on me on a fucking dime. But yeah, I'm gonna... So keep talking. I'm just gonna order some food, and then we're gonna wind down and go raid Misty. But I'm gonna... While we're doing this, I also need to give myself the money you all donated. Because I got rid of my Grubhub account after I had like almost $200 in food orders stolen. And then you can't pay by PayPal with DoorDash. And Caviar is too bougie for me. I can't fuck with Caviar. Caviar is like, we got this burger that's $20 and that's still not enough for our minimum. Caviar is kind of a more higher end food delivery service. Oh, I've actually got to go into Streamlabs and say, give me the money. Fuck, I'll just order it and transfer money later. Because DoorDash, you can't use PayPal, and Streamlabs is like, here. Streamlabs is like, no, oh god, no. I can't eat actual caviar, the texture's so weird. can't fuck with it. Oh, I'm just going to Misty's chat and see if she's actually there. Or she's still got her starting scene screen up. Oh no, she's actually there. So, no, you're fine. It's just I forget Streamlabs does that. It doesn't just send it to PayPal. You have to go in and claim it. Caviar so much. Hey Jess, how are you? Welcome on in. No, I'm not talking about actual caviar. It's a food delivery service like Grubhub and DoorDash and Postmates. Every time I try to use Postmates, I have problems. Nice. I've actually been on for like 2.5 hours, and I've got another call at 1 o'clock. Hey Belle, thank you for the bits. Thank you all so much. But Misty's back, and we're gonna go love on Misty and see what she's talking about. She's gonna do a TwitchCon and Disney recap, and I'm just gonna order some food. Oh, before I go, let's give out the World of Tanks community gifts. Enjoy. If you play World of Tanks, if not, maybe you can give it to someone. I think I made it so it doesn't show all in the chat. I'm sorry, RS. I've been on for a bit, and I had weird audio issues. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's all the community gifts. Enjoy. But we're gonna keep chatting because I need to figure out what I want to eat, so we're not ending right this second. And I had McDonald's yesterday. I regretted it, but I had it. So as we wind down, let's have more of a happy conversation, I guess, to kind of end the chat. What's up with everyone today? What's your weekend looking like? How's everyone doing after this emotionally heavy stream? Because I had not planned on it being so deeply emotional, but I'm feeling away afterward. Yes, I do. It's actually, oh shit, I forgot I had cookies. I didn't eat them yesterday. I should fix that. It's actually in the, oh, it's actually your birthday? Let's give some love in the chat for 10's birthday. Oh, I'm sorry, Caitlin. Can we do anything? I forgot. When I ordered cookies yesterday, when I ordered McDonald's, I got cookies. Thanks for saying cookies. I totally forgot I had them. Happy birthday, 10. Can we get some love in the chat for 10? Are you in the Discord? If you are, let's give some love in the chat to you in the Discord as well. Alright, well, I hope... I looked at your tattoo. It looks great. I love the progress on it. I was like, cookies! I forgot I had a cookie. Because I got the regret McFlurry. And, I did regret it later. After my second stream of the day. I hope you're doing something fun and have tasty food. Surprise cookies are possible when your desk is a disaster and you set them aside. And you're like, holy shit. Okay, then let me go wish you a happy birthday in the Discord. Cause yay, birthdays. We should really just have a birthday channel. Oh, Brian, can you set up a birthday channel in the Discord? Let's see, where is the birthday? Because I still haven't figured out what I want. What do I want to eat, chat? Let's decide that before we end the stream. Oh, nice. Yeah, a channel where people can just put the month and day of their birthday so we can... Oh, God, no. I ate Chipotle not long ago, and it was okay, but then it was like one of those things... I craved it, I gave into the craving, and halfway through I was like, this is disgusting, why am I eating this? Curry tacos. Yeah, so like a place where people can just share their birthdays so we know when their birthday is. There's no calendar function in Discord, is there? I don't think there is. Okay, we can chat about it. I would just like to acknowledge people's birthdays, but also people that are like active and present in the chat. So not just every single person, because then I'm sure every day of the month and week there is someone who has a birthday. Maybe. I don't know. I also got incredibly food poisoned from a Chipotle when I still worked downtown. And you know what's funny? The first thing that popped up was Chipotle, and then Taco Bell. I'm trying to also avoid the place that gave me lettuce in my guacamole. Oh no, we wouldn't announce it every day, but just like we can figure it out. It was just a thought. Because I would like to acknowledge it when we know people's birthdays. Well, I'm sure at some point every day there'd be a fucking birthday. Alright, you know what? I can't decide what I want to eat, and now we're just rambling. I may be back later, either with more Ghost Recon or more Destiny. Brian, are you gonna stream today? Or nah? Yeah, it was a place I ordered from that put lettuce in the guacamole. I was disgusted. I was totally disgusted. Alright, I will try to be there when you stream, and I'll try to be there when Steven streams, because I know he's playing the Goose Game today. So yeah, let me give a shout out to Brian. Because did you want to get more progress in for Destiny? You're welcome. Huh? But yeah, Thursdays is the Goose Game. So yeah. Let's just go raid Misty. I will probably get tacos of some kind, but not Taco Bell. So Misty changed her name from Imperial Girl to just Imperial. So yeah, so we're gonna do Cypher Raid. If you're a sub, use your high emote. If you're not a sub... Oh, cool! Alright, so yeah. But yeah, let's go love on Misty, see what she's doing. She's talking about TwitchCon and Disney. And if I do stream later, it'll be evening, like 6 or 7. Oh, you're so welcome, Death Cultures, and thank you for your donation. I'm gonna figure out food. I may come back later because I've got my fellowship meeting today. And then, if I do, I will tweet out. It's not definite. I'll see how I feel because I've got to clean, as you can see behind me, because that's all my stuff from TwitchCon. Alright, so normally we don't allow self-promotion with Zera, but if you want to join the Discord and let us know there, we have a self-promo channel there. Alright, see you over Misty's channel, we'll see what she's talking about. Alright, see you later. Good, I'm glad.